You ever wonder why the kindest people often end up the most hurt? The ones who always say yes, who always help, who never complain. Somehow they're the ones burning out in silence. And the crazy part, they think they're doing the right thing. But sometimes being too kind isn't kindness at all. It's self-sabotage disguised as compassion. You see, we've been told that kindness makes us good people, that helping others means we're doing the right thing. But what no one tells you is that kindness without boundaries becomes a slow form of self-destruction. Because when you give too much for too long without receiving anything back, you start running on emotional fumes. You stop feeling appreciated. You start feeling invisible. And deep down, you begin to resent the very people you were trying to help. Sound familiar? You tell yourself, I don't want to disappoint anyone. Or, it's not a big deal, I can handle it. Until one day, you realize you've built your entire identity around being the nice one, and that identity, it's quietly killing your peace. Let's talk about why. Let's break down the truth about kindness and how giving too much can actually hold you back. Point 1. You mistake approval for connection. When you say yes to everything, what you're really craving isn't kindness, it's acceptance. You want to be liked, you want to belong. But here's the hard truth. If your kindness depends on people liking you, it's not kindness, it's a transaction. You're giving to get something back, validation, approval, or a sense of worth. Think about it. You help a friend move, even though you're exhausted. You listen to everyone's problems, even when your own life's falling apart. You say yes to extra work, even though your plate's already full. And when no one thanks you, you feel empty. Because what you really wanted wasn't to give, it was to be seen. Real kindness doesn't come from fear of rejection. It comes from self-respect. You can only give freely when you're not begging for approval in return. Point 2. You're trying to avoid conflict, not create harmony. Let's be honest. Some people aren't nice because they care deeply. They're nice because they're scared. Scared of upsetting someone. Scared of being the bad guy. So they stay quiet, agree with everything, and shrink themselves to keep the peace. But that's not peace. That's suppression. And the more you silence yourself to keep others happy, the louder your inner resentment grows. You say it's fine when it's not. You smile while someone crosses your boundaries. And you convince yourself you're being mature or kind when really you're just avoiding discomfort. True kindness isn't about keeping everything smooth. It's about honesty. Sometimes saying no is the kindest thing you can do for yourself and for others. Point 3. You give what you desperately need. Here's a psychological twist. People who give endlessly are often the ones who never received enough. They learned early that love must be earned. That to be valued, you must be useful. So now, as adults, they overgive, trying to fill an emotional void that never truly closes. You might not even realize it. You think you're helping out of pure goodwill, but deep down, you're hoping that finally, someone will appreciate you the way you always wished they would. But here's the thing, you can't give your way into being loved. You can't earn worth through self-sacrifice. At some point, you have to give yourself what you keep giving away to others: attention, care, and compassion. You don't owe everyone your energy, you owe yourself peace. Point 4. You confuse boundaries with cruelty. Most kind people struggle with this. You think saying no makes you selfish. You think setting limits means you're cold. But boundaries aren't walls. They're doors with locks. They don't shut people out. They protect what matters inside. When you start saying no, the wrong people will call you rude. But the right people will respect you more. Because your energy suddenly becomes valuable. And when you value your time, your kindness finally means something again because it's intentional, not automatic. So here's the truth. Kindness isn't supposed to drain you. It's supposed to expand you. It's not about saying yes to everyone. It's about choosing who deserves your yes. Because real kindness starts with you. If your cup's empty, what exactly are you giving? Be kind, yes, but not at the cost of your sanity. Help others, but not while abandoning yourself. You can care deeply and still have boundaries. You can love freely and still say no. That's not selfish. That's healthy. So ask yourself this: are you kind Or are you just scared to be disliked? Are you giving from strength or from fear? Because the world doesn't need more nice people who are secretly miserable. It needs kind people who are whole, honest, and self-respecting. If that hit home for you, hit that like button. And in the comments, tell me one area of your life where you've been too kind for your own good. I read every one of them. And remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So fill yours first. That's the kindest thing you can do.